My dear brothers, we are in the midst of the terrible coronavirus crisis. Our people are dying daily, and the numbers are staggering and simply heartbreaking. I know about this firsthand working in a hospital setting. I have stated in my previous video that even when Klal Yisrael have committed egregious sins, they were spared from sorrows if they were united. Therefore, we must act quickly now to be united, which means no quarrels, no lashon hara, no shunning people, and no parental alienation. Let me share with you what I believe to be the pertinent messages from Hashem during this pandemic and what must be corrected as soon as possible. Message number 1 is that our shuls are closed. Hashem is saying, I don't want your shul or your tefillas. See the video below where Rabbi Rabinowitz states that Chazal in the Mishnah say that if it rains on the first night of Sukkah, then it is as if Hashem is displeased with us and kicks us out of the sukkah. In our case, it is obvious that we have also been kicked out of our shuls. Our shuls have become cesspools of talking during davening and disrespect for Hashem, for the person sitting next to you who can't concentrate on his tefillah because of the selfish need for some people to talk in shul. Not to mention all the lashon hara being spread in Hashem's abode. Even worse, our shuls have been used as weapons by corrupt rabbis to empower their bezins in meting out punishment for what they call get refusers. The shuls kick out innocent men from their midst against halacha, as you can see from my previous videos. You can also see how Jeremy Stern from Aura, in the video linked below, does something revolting like this. This injustice cries out to the heavens, because the reality is that these men are not all get refusers, but rather victims of feminist politics, and to prove it, I can assure you that you will never see a woman being expelled from a shul. Add to this that yeshivas, kolalim, and batim midrashim are closed. Hashem is saying to us, just stay home. Your Torah learning is missing the most vital component, and that is emes. And he doesn't want Torah without emes. Our bati dinim have become political houses to mete out punishments against innocent men so that the rabbis can enrich themselves and also pander to the feminist movements. Their rulings have nothing to do with halacha, but rather are corrupted and full of sheker. They encourage women to use the civil courts against halacha. Hashem says sheker and Torah do not belong together, and therefore I'm shutting them down. Message number 2 is that we now have social distancing. Hashem is saying, I will separate you from your friend, your neighbor, and community because of how you treat each other. This is to remind us that sinas chinam, which destroyed the Beis HaMikdash, still continues, whether it is for direct sinas chinam or even remaining silent to others committing the act. We have organizations such as Aura protesting in front of people's homes even during Shiva or at their weddings, not only spewing baseless hatred, but also displaying gross insensitivity during these proceedings. Chazal say that if you make a chassan or kala happy, you are blessed with 7 brachas. But Chazal do not say what punishment one gets for hurting the feelings of a chassan kala, because it is unthinkable that a person would even dare to do such a thing. Yet, you can click on 2 videos below which sadly prove that this exact thing has happened. And message number 3 is that Jews are dying, Rabbanim are dying, and Hashem is saying, the leaders of my nation have failed to rebuke the people. Instead, they go along with the masses in what is the antithesis of the Torah. Young fathers are dying, leaving their wives widows and children orphans. Hashem is saying to us that since we have condoned many cases of parental alienation in matters of divorce, so too will I separate you from your loved ones. Hashem is also saying, enough of these despicable acts from your askanim, dayanim, rabbis, and others in causing parental alienation, destroying families by encouraging divorce. Hashem is telling us that if you want to break up families, and make living orphans by supporting the alienation of children from their fathers, then I will go ahead and do it for you, as the heartbreaking video below of young orphans shows. All of the above has been going on for the past 30 years, and I know about it firsthand because I myself was victimized by this corrupt system. Be sure to watch my previous videos and read all the documents that back up my claims. Sadly, most of you are oblivious to this problem and can't see that our leaders have taken us down this slippery slope to where we are at this point in time. We have reached the moment of truth, and if we don't all join together to put a stop to the hatred, parental alienation, forced gittin, and lashon hara, then how can we be assured of salvation from this pandemic? Please, I am begging you, demand from your leaders to put an end to all this strife between us so that Hashem will see shalom amongst us and will spare us from this decree and turn the pandemic into a Yeshua, not only from the deadly virus, but also from the gullus, and may He bring Mashiach speedily in our days. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.